Hi folks, today I'm doing a little brief walk around and first impressions around the 2022 VW ID.5. Now the model variant that I've got here with me today is the GTX, and there's a couple other variants you can go for, such as the Style, Tech, Max, and of course the GTX, which is the highest trim level you can go for. Now in terms of battery sizes, you could only go for the 77 kilowatt hour battery, and that comes with 300 miles plus range. In terms of the slower cars, so ones with about 174 PS, you could either opt for a option called Pro Performance, and that bumps up the power to about 204 PS just for a bit of extra power. So there's about 3 power outputs you could go for with the ID.5, or maybe 4, I'm not too sure. I will fact check myself later on. Anyway, prices for this car start around 50,000 pounds, which is quite a lot, but you do get quite a bit. For example, a massive grille, massive 20-inch rims on this car, diamond cut, and a feature called bi-directional charging, which means you could put power back into the grid or back into your house if you needed to just take electricity out of your car. I'm not too sure why you would, but you know, it's a feature and it's a bit of a flex, which is pretty cool. Let's check out the back end and see what that's like. Moving around the back end of the ID.5, and as you can see, it's actually quite a good looking thing. You've got your functional spoiler with the gap in between the window and the spoiler. You've got your GTX badging in black, just to let you know it's a sportier variant. You've got some really nice LED tail lights, and you've got some matrix LED front headlights as well, which looks super cool. And of course, a massive boot, which I thought was power operated, but it's not, unfortunately. And some underfloor storage for your charging. Yeah, all cool bits. And so, with that all done, let's check out the interior. Moving on to the interior of the 2022 ID.5, and yeah, classic VW. It's nice, spacious, comfortable. Quite unique feature to the ID.5s and ID.4s is the fact that the instrument cluster up here is connected to your steering column. So when you move your steering column up and down, so will your instrument cluster. Infotainment system, it's got over-the-air updates and some interesting settings in the climate control. So there's 3 different climate control settings in this car. You got smart climate, which has some funny settings such as warm my feet, warm hands, cool my feet, fresh air, whatever. Your classic climate controls, and you've got air care, which I don't know what that means. I'm guessing it takes care of the air inside the cabin. How could I forget? Red ambient lighting in this car, because this is the GTX, so it's like the GTI variants of the electric cars. Just, you know what? I'm very confused with storage in this car. There's plenty of storage, but the glove box is tiny. I don't know how that makes any sense. Anyway, let's hit the road and see what this car is like to drive. Right, let's go for a drive in the 2022 VW ID.5. And this car does come with dynamic chassis control, and you can tell literally by going through the different drive select menus. Look at that: Eco, Comfort, Sport, Traction, and individual. So let's go for traction. Actually, let's see what that's about. Interesting. This car does have 4-wheel drive and 300 horsepower, so I assume a 0 to 60 time is very quick. It's got this E sound. Can you hear that? Can you hear the E sound? New VW stalks. These are brand new. VW have been using the same stalks for so long, and I'm glad they've changed it. So let's pull out into the road. Just this. How are we? Okay, foot down. Whoa, that's quick. As you can see as well, you've got a little screen on the left hand side showing you which type of road you're on. So you've got a solid white line and then a broken white line on the right side. The horn in this car, I mean, it's got one of the, I'm sorry VW, it's got one of the worst horns, like a Japanese car horn. I mean, take a listen to this, right? You can't even hear it. You can't even hear it. Either this cabin is very insulated, or just got a very low tone funky horn. Just hear it again one more time. Yeah, that's just not it. I'm sorry, it's just not it. Oh, just darting into roundabouts is so easy now in an EV. It is so simplistic. It's got a very polite indicator noise as well. Foot down, whoa, just goes, just, yeah, there's no issue to it. Now you can get a head-up display in the ID.5, and honestly, I would recommend you get it because it's got this augmented reality type of feel to it, which looks pretty freaking dope. I think I've got a video of it right now. When you turn the car off, it does this cool animation. It's, you know, it's pretty cool. Now, my issue with EVs, let's move on to that, is that when you drive a lot in them, you get a bit of motion sickness, and my stomach today after this is feeling a little bit sick because EVs, when you put your foot down, it just you know, messes your stomach up really badly. You know what, if you're a very motion sick person, is that the saying? I don't know, you can get a little bit sick after a while, and that doesn't just go for this car, it goes with this and Aria, whatever, all the other EVs. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Nice and short one, I didn't want to keep it too long, otherwise it gets a little bit boring. We'll leave it there, and I'll see you in the next video, whatever that may be. Peace out.